North Korean troops have engaged Ukrainian defense forces in the Kursk region. Some military officials report that North Korean units have already engaged the Ukrainian defense forces units using the tactic of a mass infantry assault in open terrain. The offensive was carried out by infantry platoons of 20 to 30 people, which were fired upon by the artillery of the Ukrainian forces. This is a video that is claimed to show North Korean assault troops. According to Ukrainian sources, the Russians are currently preparing Korean soldiers for direct participation in battles at the positions of the Ukrainian military in the Kursk region. North Korean units have been ordered to join forces with adjacent Russian units involved in clashes with Ukrainian forces. The deployment of military personnel to the front is carried out with the use of civilian vehicles, namely trucks that resemble water delivery vehicles. In addition, on December 13, 2024, according to intelligence, a contingent of the North Korean military was put on high alert with orders to await further instructions. The aggressor state will soon involve DPRK soldiers in direct assault operations. They have recently received additional food supplies, the Ukrainian officials noted. Commentary by Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Ukrainian Center for Countering Disinformation, regarding the presence of North Korean soldiers in the Kursk region. He says the goblins are being dressed in Russian uniforms and sent in mass assaults, relying on the sheer number of available infantry. As of now, it is not worth exaggerating the situation with the North Koreans in the Kursk region. Yes, they were trained to enter combat as infantry in Russian units, solely for the sake of numbers, and were brought to the line on which the Russians are conducting assault operations. Now, there are many rumors about the Koreans who never end. They end even very much like everyone else. More accurate information about their possible participation in the battles will come later. North Korean soldiers in Russian uniforms are taking part in assaults on Kursk. The Russians are betting on numbers and are trying to use Koreans to carry out assault operations when the Koreans' task is to run under the blows of our forces and occupy certain areas. There are already losses among the North Korean soldiers. As for their qualitative abilities, they are infantrymen who are practicing with Soviet weapons and running forward. Russian propaganda will extol them in order to use the North Korean soldiers as a horror story for the Ukrainian military and civilians. You shouldn't underestimate the enemy, but he is dying, and you shouldn't believe in horror stories. Unfortunately, you will have to spend additional resources on this. However, Russia has drawn the North Koreans into the war in Europe. There is no doubt that sooner or later the North Koreans will flee to NATO territory if Europe does not make qualitative changes in its attitude to threats now, and does not rely only on the USA or Ukraine. Here's another comment from a Ukrainian soldier about the Koreans. It's reported that they went into battle a week ago. This suggests that the Russian claims regarding the involvement of Koreans in the fighting for Plekov might indeed be true. About the Koreans, they went into battle more than a week ago. So since this topic has come up, I'll add a few words myself. This is a well-trained, motivated, and cold-blooded personnel who are proficient with all types of Soviet-era weaponry, care about the lives of their comrades, and are deeply demoralized by their losses. Koreans who have served together for 5, 10, or even 15 years are dying before each other's eyes. What kind of motivation could they have? Probably just to avoid getting executed, just like our convicts, said captured Russian soldier. The Russians, for their part, fail to grasp their actual combat potential and send them to die alongside their own cannon fodder. They weren't prepared for drones and never will be. Made of flesh and bone, they die just like our brothers. To all this, you can add their absolutely horrible coordination, which only worsens their situation. Russian propaganda is entirely focused on glorifying their ally, attributing victories to them that cost hundreds of Russian lives. But it's clear why. In the future, this will help them secure more free cannon fodder for the front. Russian soldiers occupied a grocery store in Glushkovo, Kursk region for military purposes, which resulted in a direct hit by Ukrainian warriors on the store.
Да, решили наши ребята разместиться внутри планеты. Итог закономерен. Да, такими темпами у нас в Глушково и ни одного магазина не останется.
Another report from a reliable Ukrainian source mentions the use of North Korean meat in Kursk. The North Koreans are running around in the Kursk region in joint units with submachine guns. There are already dead. They are running stupidly across the plantations and plains like zombies. Fucking meat. They are fucking 15 to 40 people at a time. Reports are coming in of Russian forces conducting meat grinder assaults in columns, with no armored transport support, near the village of Kruglenkoye on the Kursk bridgehead. Despite heavy losses, they continue to advance, desperately trying to carry out Putin's orders. There is progress in the direction of the settlement Kruglenkoye. This forest to the northeast of the settlement, it's behind us. The 810th Brigade was working here, but again, due to smart planning, we suffered serious losses where they should not have been. At 7:30, the first wave went out in 4 directions, without technical support, so to speak, on foot. There was no technical support at all. The guys were sent in lines, like in the Great Patriotic War. The guys came under heavy fire. Many died, many were wounded. And what happened next? At 10 o'clock, the second group went out, even more numerous, and again, on foot. But thanks to the first group shaking up the enemy, the second group managed to break through with huge losses. The guys are securing their position. As of now, the wounded are not being evacuated. Reinforcements are coming. It's still hot in the forest. The guys have also advanced further north. The tactic is the same, but here, after losing nearly half of the team dead or wounded, the guys managed to push through and secure their position on the first attempt. And the question is, at what level was the order given to conduct such an assault? Who planned it? Why was there no support? And most importantly, when will someone start taking responsibility for this? There is also progress from the eastern side of the settlement of Naidenov. The 34th Brigade and the 1427th Regiment worked here. The idea behind planning the attack is the same. How many guys we lost? This will be reported later, but some of the command are already poking holes for medals.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.